So parts have been rolling in for this thing. This is pretty much all that I ordered so far. A transmission cooler. Because the cooler line's leaking, we're going to have to splice into them anyways. I'm just going to put a transmission cooler in, and that gives me a reason to cut the flex part off of the original lines and plumb in some line here. So transmission cooler is going to go in there. The front end's going to be off, so that's all the more reason to do that. I got the headlight mount, and that's incorrect. Yes. Headlight mount is for a Silverado. When you look up online, that's what comes up. But you want to know what this is? This is specially made for the Avalanche. It is one piece that runs the whole length of the front. So it holds those headlights in and these headlights in, and it's part of the whole front of the vehicle. So that is incorrect. It's not worth sending back. It was like 20 bucks. I'll keep it if I get a Silverado. I have that, and I can throw it in there. Or maybe I'll sell it online. Something like that. Also, brand new bumper. Reasonably priced. It was like 140 bucks, I believe. I could be wrong. I'll have to look online. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up on the screen. But brand new, and being that it doesn't need painted, it's ready to go on the vehicle. I might repaint that grill piece. I'm going to have to probably paint a fender. I know I'm going to have to paint a hood because a buddy of mine has a hood for this, and he's letting me get it for pretty good cost, but it's dark green, so I am going to have to paint a hood. Probably going to have to paint a fender, and I know this front bumper support is bent, and he probably has that too, and I'm going to try to go get those today. I want to get... He said he doesn't have that grill piece, so I'm going to have to go to the junkyard, see if I can get that. He said he has this header panel that the headlights bolt onto, so we can get that. I think the fog lights are fine. Brand new headlights weren't very expensive. I went with the black housing, but honestly, that's what would have came on this thing originally. If you can see inside this very faded headlight here, that's black inside there. So it's pretty much the same that already came off of it. But it's going to look really good with brand new headlights in there. Grill piece, all of this. Brand new bumper. And then if you noticed, I tried Avalon King armor shield on the plastic. I did the other side, not the inside of it. You can see how faded that is over there. And these panels are very faded. And this is typical for one of these. I really need to wash it before I do this, but I still tried a small spot. And look at that. I also did this, and I also did this, and this kind of like sucked it in, but this looks way better than what it did. If you can see the inside there, you see the difference there. That's what the outside looked like, what the inside looks like there. So if you have an issue like this armor shield is perfect for renewing plastic. I don't know, honestly, how long it will last on there. I know on paint it's supposed to last several years, but it applies very easy. You just swipe it, and it's on there. You can wipe it in. Now, I could renew all of this, but this actually is in really good shape and just needs cleaned up. Another thing is Summit carries these foot rails here, and I just took a guess. I measured the step side here, and it's a 3-inch rail. So I looked up 3-inch Raptor step rails, and I got a brand new one there because this one was missing. And it comes with the mounts and everything you need. You have to hammer it down on there basically, but once it's on, it's on. And yeah, it looks really good on there. Brand new step pad. Now, if you look at the step rail, I don't know who's using this as a step pad. Look how far up on the door this is, and look how big the door is. Normally you're getting in back there, but I mean, whatever. It's there, and it looks a lot better than not having one on there, so that's good. This is an oddball tire. I'm probably still going to just roll with it, but all the other tires are like brand new, except for this one. Now, if I can find on that best used tires site that I've used, if I can find one of these tires used, I may just go ahead and throw one on there, but I don't know yet. Depends on the cost we get into this. This is going to be a good one right here. I believe so. If gas prices don't keep skyrocketing, because prices are getting up right now, and the higher the gas prices get, the cheaper the trucks are going to get. And that's just unfortunate that it's happening right now when I finally get a truck. Grrr! So I just went and got all the parts off of that parts vehicle that my buddy had. It actually has a lot of good parts on it. Unfortunately, didn't have the fender, so I'm going to have to go get a fender at either Johnny's or we're going to have to go to Clark's to get a fender, and they're like structural. That's like the whole front piece there. But I got everything else I needed. So the only thing that I need now is that fender, and I should be able to complete this truck. I know, that's pretty crazy. That was pretty easy, pretty cheap. So let me go ahead and unload these parts. I paid $150 for all this. So it's a pretty good deal, because I know that header panel alone that the headlights bolt to was $140 brand new. So deals. That's how you rebuild these vehicles. Now, unfortunately, I damaged this hood on the way home. It did not have a dent on it whatsoever. Look at that. I did that. I had it laying on top of this. I didn't think it was going to hurt it, but obviously it did. But it needs painted anyway, so it's not that bad. It has, it looks like some little nicks and stuff on it. But, hold on a second. I already have this on here. Just do the little ding, 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 ding. You gotta make the noise when you do it, or it doesn't work. Ding, 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 ding. That's better. Okay, so now we'll do that. We'll do some putty there. Also, right here is a little spot where there's a chip. We'll do some putty there. And there was another little chip somewhere, but besides that, this hood's actually in really good shape. So, bumper bar, that's in really good shape, not damaged. And then this header panel is in really good shape, not damaged at all. So, as you can see, why did they do that? The Silverado is separate pieces on each side. You don't have all this. So, yeah, good job, Chevy. Now, the only reason why I didn't record while I was out there was there really wasn't much to record. He had a lot of stuff already taken off. The bumper support and the hood were already unbolted, and they were just sitting there. The header panel was the only thing I had to unbolt, and that took me like 2 minutes. So, everything was off, so it was really easy to take off there. So that's why I didn't record while I was out there, because it really wasn't that exciting. So now it's time tear down this Avalanche and see what kind of damage I'm getting into. Oh, but would you look at this? Oh man, it's starting to look like a car again. I just set the bumper. I actually have clamped. I don't have the mount on there. Tail lights just sitting in there. I did hook the latch up so I could open the hatch, and I did set the glass in there too, and that looked pretty good. Just kind of set this in here. Should have opened the door. There we go. Just set it on there. It's not going to sit where it's supposed to sit. Kind of. Right there. There you go. Now you can kind of see it. It's looking nice. But anyways, I got all these parts over here. So I need to move some of this stuff because I want to put this thing up on my lift a little bit so I can pull this wheel off. These fenders are structural. The core support bolts to the fender. Almost everything, like on that side, the fuse box mounts to the fender. This side, the coolant bottle and the air box all mounts to the fender. So all that stuff's got to come off. The whole front end we need to take off. And I did find damage on this thing that I didn't originally see. Not a big deal, but I think I can straighten it back out. So I'm like not freaking out about it yet. But the core support is bent. and that's what I was talking about right here. And it's not that bad of a bend, but I'm not going to be able to get that perfectly straight again. But I think once I get all of this stuff off, I think I can hook my porta power up to it with a strap hooked to the top and the bottom, pushing on it right there, and kind of flex that back to shape. The only bad thing is, I don't even know if anything bolts to it right there. Probably part of the core support does. Right here, there's a riv nut. So that's going to be the worst part. We might just have to leave one bolt out of it, need be. That's the worst part of it. But I got the whole front bumper bar and everything, and I know there's a part bent on that too that I didn't get, but it's actually part of the horn on the end of the frame rail, so we're going to straighten that back out as well. But I need to just tear into this thing. I need to get this thing out of the way too, so I can do it. I got too many things going on at once. So this is pretty much the only bent thing on the truck is this end horn. And I got it shaped a little bit already. That needs to come out. That needs to go down a little bit. We're going to get it really close I'm going to use the porta power and strap method. I'm going to see how that works out and try to pull that out. We got some good anchors there to anchor to. I can take that inner box out, straighten that all out with that out, and then, you know, try to straighten that all out. A little bit of persuasion, and we'll have it. I think that's probably about the closest we're gonna get it. I still, oh, there's still some bent stuff on there. Nothing bad. The port power thing I tried, that didn't work. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt the bumper on, see how it looks. This still needs to come out some. I need to get the air box off. There's more pieces. They're everywhere. Anyways, let me bolt this front bumper up and we'll see how it looks. So everything bolted up like nothing's bent. So that's wonderful. The one spot that is bent, nothing bolts to it. I don't know, that probably for the Silverados is probably a different bolt up. But yeah, and the reason why this is tilted back, there's a metal tray underneath the airbox that is bolted to the fender and bolted to the core support. So once I get those bolts out of the fender, it should give this play to move. So let me get the airbox, and I got the coolant bottle loose already, but let me get the airbox out of the way so that I can get those bolts out. And then this should flex just a little bit. This should just tilt the top up. And that'll be what's holding it up right now, because right now it's still kind of like pushed back, but everything bolted up good. So that's one good thing. That little bent spot right there is not going to affect anything. And also another thing that is holding us up, the hood prop on this side, the spring-loaded one, is bolted to the fender. I got that off, but there's one more bolt and it's in the door jamb, and I can't get to it while it's on the lift. So this is gonna have to go back down on the ground before I can get that fender off. Also, while I was here, I'm eyeballing up where this transmission cooler can go, and I'm thinking this is going to be the best place right here. I can put a bolt through here, or I can put a riv nut inside of this, drill it out, put a riv nut, put a bolt through it right there, and then put a straight piece of metal from here down to this bracket, and with riv nuts bolt them in, and then I can put another bolt in right there. You really don't need a lot with that, but I mean, and this also came with these if you just wanted to attach it straight to the radiator, which it does fit in between here. If you wanted to smush it in here, you could get it right in between like that, but then you don't have any room for your lines, as you can see right there how tight it is. Unless you bring it down like this, then it's still you're gonna have a tight bend on it right there. So I want to have it spaced out like this, and then it's pretty easy to get to, run the lines. We can run them straight over right where the condenser lines go, and that'll be all right like that. Well, I can tell you one thing. I mean, it's not hard to take off. You just got to figure it out. I thought that the hood hinge was bolted to the truck, and it turns out it is spot welded to the fender. So I had to, it looked like those bolts were slotted, which they were. If it wasn't spot welded to it, you could have just loosened the bolts and taken it out. But that's not how it works. So you gotta take the hinge off with it. So when I get another fender, I'm just gonna get the hinge and everything with it. So whenever I bolt it on, I don't have to worry about welding anything, spot welding, or any of that stuff. So there's like 3 bolts in that tray. There's 2 bolts in this tray, 2 bolts in the battery cover there, the support, a couple in the door, 2 down through the hinge, and then there's 2 in the core support, and there's 1 up under the bottom. You have to have the plastic piece on for that one, but it's really not that bad. And like, if you needed to work on your engine, look at it now. Like, you can access everything. So like, just taking the inner fender out gives you like this much access to everything. So like, if you needed to do a header, it's fairly easy. This thing's in really good shape, I'm telling you. Right there is a little bit of surface rust, but besides that, man, like, the frame looks good. Everything looks good here. Nothing's bent. We're good. We're golden. And actually, right now would be the perfect time for me to access these lines that are leaking. Right here, these transmission cooler lines. This is where you pipe in to your cooler. So I can chop this off. Like right there, there's another one there. If you chop it right, you can flare the end of this and just use that as one fitting, and do the same thing with the other side of the line. And then the bottom one, we're just gonna chop it and flare it, and then put another piece in there and with clamps instead of those fittings. As you can see, they leak, and it's leaking. So that's what we're gonna do with this. It won't be too bad to do while the truck's like this, but that's all I'm gonna do today. Here's a better shot at everything. So you can see they got rib nuts or whatever, or speed nuts on there. That's what holds that on. Very sturdy fender, let me tell you. But if you like this video, go check out some other videos. Consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up if you approve, I guess. And we'll see you on the next episode on Wrecked. Come see me. Oh, look at your sister is galloping to me. Why? Look, you're a tease. She delivers. Okay, bye-bye now. Hey, bye-bye.